2016. Joining me today is Tony Goldwyn. Wow.
Okay, thank you.
Wow.
Morning, everyone.
I feel this is so topical to have a president of the United States in the house.
That's right. I thought it was the appropriate time for me to show up and pay my respects.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
Thank you for being here.
I'm thrilled.
What'd you do last night? Were you, you don't live here, right?
No, I live here, yeah.
Oh.
I came into town. I've been sort of in and out on vacation. I've been working a bit during our break from Scandal, and last night I came, was doing Stephen Colbert's show.
Oh,
which is always hilarious.
Great. Yeah,
so
he's
fun.
So funny.
Yeah, yeah.
I
Although
really
it was really late because the RNC went on kind of late, so
he's been doing it live after the show, so that's very interesting.
Yeah. So how was your night?
Oh, it was good. I had fun. I debuted the launch of my furniture and bedding collection at Macy's. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. How about that? Very our very own our fashion guy Lawrence Arian interviewed me, which is funny. He said it was nerve-wracking for him because he had to turn the tables on me because usually we interview him here, and he said to me, "So how many people are you going to let sleep with you?" Was the opening question, and I said,
"That's always a good opener."
Yeah, I go, "I beg your pardon." He goes, "I mean in your bedding collection." And from that moment, the flop sweat started between the two of us, and I was like, "I'll handle this. Let me interview you again." But we had so much fun. It was
when is that on sale now?
It's on sale now. Yeah.
And I have to go to Macy's this afternoon.
Yeah, you have to go to Macy's this afternoon. But it's and I'm most proud that the furniture is made in America, and it makes me feel really good.
And you designed all of it yourself.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
I had a design partner named Nancy Fire. She and I collaborated, and really, it's been a labor of love. It's been a long time in the making. It's been a long process, but it's something you have to really devote a lot of time to. And once my kids got old enough and they were in school full time, I was able to actually sit down and conceptualize this and bring my vision to life, and it's been great.
So great.
And then afterwards, a whole group of us, and I thought of you because we have a group of friends that love to watch Mommy Dearest, and we watched the movie Mommy Dearest.
Why did that make you think of me?
Because there's a scene where L.B. Mayer asks her to leave Metro Goldwyn Mayer.
Oh, okay, right.
And so what we do is we recite the lines, and because it's become like a campy cult classic, even though at the time it's a very scary, serious film. So we're not making light of it, but over the years it has it's gone into this camp world where people recite the lines to the movie. And so there's the scene where she's asked to leave Metro, and she's like, "Leave Metro." But we've taken it a step farther now, where we all we put on Joan Crawford lips and eyebrows, and we act out scenes from Mommy Dearest. And I was so excited that you were. And I also I did the makeup, because this is Christopher Buckle, who's a famous makeup artist, but I did his makeup last night, and we can all agree I did an amazing job.
That is pretty slick.
Pretty great. Yeah, thanks.
Now, you mentioned your kids. Okay, these are your kids.
Yeah.
You have a son who's about to go to college, right?
And you have a daughter who's about to...
my youngest daughter's a senior, so I was wondering, like, how is that for you? Because I was a wreck when my youngest one went to college, are you happy about that? Or?
I'm not a wreck yet. I think I probably will be a wreck, but he's a responsible kid. He's like a really responsible kid. So I'm not as nervous about him going to college as I am the other two. He's like, I think the firstborn always is very responsible. I think.
Yeah, I was less worried about my older one. My younger one, it was more me. I thought I'd be fine. I was thrilled for her.
Right.
But the actual, not to make you scared, and he's going nearby, right? But
yeah, he's not going far.
I was trying to be like strong for her, and it was much easier for her. She was like, "Bye, Dad."
Right.
And I was really a wreck the entire night.
So when we were visiting colleges, because you go on college visits now, and I don't know, I never did any of that. So when we went on all of the college campuses, we brought all the kids, and my daughter, any California campus, my daughter's like, "Yeah, this is where I'm gonna go." So like she's like me. She saw a palm tree, she's like, "Yep, I'm gonna go here." because I find California campuses to be so glamorous. They really are so beautiful.
Oh,
like
they are.
USC and UCLA.
Older one, Anna, went to UCLA when she ended up going to UCLA. And but when she was 10 years old, it was exactly the same thing. We were in LA. We drove by UCLA, and she said, "That's where I'm going to go to college."
Right.
At 10 years old.
Right.
And she never changed her mind. Years later, she said, "I'm going to UCLA. I told you that." And she did.
And she did.
Yeah.
Well, that's what Lola is telling us about UCLA.
Well,
the
there
same
you go.
thing. She even has a UCLA a phone cover that she bought at the campus gift shop, like preparing. So people say, "Oh, your brother chose UCLA," and she's like, "No, I'm gonna go."
Wait, how old is Lola?
She's 15.
Right.
Yeah. So
Similar.
she's a sophomore in high
These
school.
women who know what they want.
She really knows. Yeah.
Now, yesterday you had Chewy on the show, right?
Yes, my Chewy. Did you see the show?
I did.
No,
It was hilarious. And Chewy is so self-possessed and like
she's
in
a lady.
command. She's amazing.
She's a dog who thinks it's a cat.
Right, but I was talking to my wife about our dogs and love of them, and she sent me a video.
That's like maple.
Oh,
The maple kind, yeah. So I took that out, and I thought, I know who would like that. Me. So I ate it. Oh, you kidding me?
So my wife sent me that because I do that with my daughter Tess and our dog, where I monologue as the dog.
Oh, I was like, does your dog talk? Because that's... You taught your dog to talk.
I do the talking, but literally we do like a running monologue. And when I saw this video, I was like, I do that with my dog. And but Chewy seems too ladylike to engage in those kinds of things.
She's more of a... There she is. Yeah, there she is.
Oh.
That's like a really old picture of her, but she's more of a, you know, she's like a 2 martini kind of dog. Like she just wants to sit around, and she's like, you know, We took her hiking once in Colorado, which was a huge mistake because we saw all of these other dogs on the mountain hiking every day, and I kept saying, we need to bring Chewy because she would love it. Look at all these other dogs. And she walked 8 steps, and then the rest of the hike, my husband had to carry her in his arms because we didn't have like we didn't have a dog carrier or a backpack to carry her. So he's walking around carrying the dog like a newborn baby. And he's like, this was a great idea.
Yeah, you don't generally see little dogs on high mountains, do you?
No, we did. We saw a lot. That's why we took Chewy up there.
Wow.
We thought she was like perfect. I was like, wow, I guess
and she was not having it.
No, she looked at us and said, this is what she said, I'm from the city, I don't do this. That's what she said. And then she put out her cigarette and she had a martini.
There you go.
Yeah. So she really is the perfect dog for us. She doesn't like to she drags us back into the house. You know, it's walking time, and I'm like, come on, it's time for your walk. And she's like, it's raining out there. I don't do rain.
But for you, like, are you a big camper? Are the mountains there?
I love them. I love the mountains because I think raising kids in the city, I try to get them out of the city so they can see sticks and rocks and look, that's grass, everybody. You know, so I want them to know nature and love it because I grew up outside. Like we were from a generation where the parent opened the door, threw you outside, shut the door, and then when the lights came on at night, then you came back, and that's when you knew it was time to come back. My kids don't know that. If we put them outside, my friend rented a house on the beach on Long Island, and I said, and it's on Fire Island, there's no cars, so I put the kids outside, this is a few years ago, and I said, go run outside and play, and they stood outside of the door. Because they were like, what's going to happen to us? And I said, this is like the 70s, go play, you go play and then come back when it's dark.
Well, you know, I have an idea, I saw a thing in the paper today that we have here. Okay, so in terms of camping for your kids, especially if they're a little bit, unsure about what to do when you go out the door. There was an article in the paper today about, it's a little expensive, $2,000. But you can have an outdoor yurt. It's actually on the roof of the W Hotel in New York. You know, glamping, right?
Glamping, right.
Do you guys know that? So if you have a little extra cash, you can go stay, or just maybe you need a yurt.
Well, you know, Carrie Ann and Nava just told us about yurting. Is it yurting? Is that what it's called?
That's what I call it.
Did I just make up a new word? She went up the coast of California, and they stayed in yurts in, like, in wine country, right? Big Sur, I think. Big Sur. But anyway, I thought that sounded really nice, really fancy.
Yeah.
But I think I want to stay in a yurt, you know, outside of New York City, because New York City is my life. So yeah, I
suppose that's right. Although it would be nice to have a yurt on your patio. Do you have you have outdoor space in your
apartment?
Yeah,
we have outdoor space.
Yeah, 'cause we used to pitch a tent for our kids in our backyard.
Yeah.
That was as much camping as they wanted to do.
Right.
Like Jane and I were really into camping, and when before we had kids, we'd go hiking, and it was something we loved to do, and the idea of going to the bathroom in the woods, my kids were just like, yeah, no, that's not happening.
Oh, no, my kids, well, you have girls.
I have 2 girls,
right,
yeah.
so my boys, that's part of the fun.
That is the most fun thing.
Yeah, that is like, oh my gosh. they don't even need to be in the woods. They just need to see a picture of the woods, and they're like, I gotta pee. Like, they'll run outside. If they have the opportunity, they love it, because I think it's much more, with respect, convenient for you guys to go outdoors than for us.
It is, it's true, it's unfair.
Yeah, it is unfair.
Yep.
I love that you and your wife, you've been married for almost 30 years?
Yeah, next year's 30 years, right? Yeah.
Okay, so what are you going to do for 30? Because that is the diamond anniversary.
You know, one nice thing about being married for 30 years is we just have stopped pressuring ourselves about these kinds of things.
Yes,
you know, like
but I'm here to pressure you.
Valentine's Day, now you're pressuring me. I'm getting a little stressed out. I have a whole year to plan.
Right.
But I don't know, we'll do something fun. I have to think about it. Now, I wasn't stressed.
And now you are.
Now I am.
You're welcome. Yeah. No, for our we just celebrated our 20th, and my husband and I tried to recreate our wedding photo, because I saved my wedding dress. And by saved it, I didn't really own a wedding dress. We eloped, so I saved this beach cover-up I wore to my wedding. And I still wear it to this day. But, so I wore my beach cover-up, and he tried to recreate his outfit, but his outfit was such a moment in time. Like, it was such a 90s outfit that he literally said, I can't do it. I can't look this bad again.
What was the outfit?
Like, he had a narrow collar, and he just, you can't really tell. He was wearing white linen pants. You can't really tell in the photo, but we looked.
You both looked beautiful.
Oh, thanks. But it's a good picture, but we both looked. Thank you. I don't know how we come up with these photos so fast. Anyway, so here's what I wanted to tell you, because I don't know if you're a drinker. Do you drink alcohol?
I do drink alcohol.
Okay. Yeah.
Am I allowed to say that on morning television?
Yeah.
No, I enjoy it. Yeah, in moderation.
So this is
sometimes not.
This is great news for any of you drinkers out there. A bottle of wine a day is not bad for you.
Really? A whole bottle? Okay, that's good to know.
According to this one study.
Gentlemen, calm down, please. This study is the most important study we've ever discussed here. According to a scientist, drinking a bottle a day is, it's not as bad for you as abstaining from drinking. That's right.
Isn't this the antioxidants, or wine helps prevent cancer?
It prevents everything. He says...
Or like Chewy's 2 martinis.
Right, or Chewy's 2 martinis. Moderate drinking is... Well, it's so funny that he considers a bottle a day moderate drinking. I would consider that heavy drinking, right? Wouldn't you consider...
I feel guilty when I'm drinking wine, watching TV or something, and all of a sudden I go, oh my God, I've almost drinking this whole bottle.
Right.
So now I don't have to feel guilty.
No, you're supposed to be doing that. According to this study, you should be doing that.
Starting tonight, it's going to happen.
Here's more good news for those of you who are beer drinkers. Oh, and look at this. We put this out here just in case you wanted to have a sip.
Nice.
I wanted to show you what a pint of beer looked like, because there was a lot of discussion about what a pint of beer looked like. This is, in fact, a pint of beer, and you should be having, according to this scientist, 4 or 5 of these a day.
So, who is this scientist? And what are his qualifications? Because he sounds like a guy you'd meet in a pub, like in Scotland or something.
Dr. Hoda and Kathy Lee said that...
there we go.
No, I'm trying... He is... I'm trying to find his...
I like him. I want to hang out with him.
Oddly enough, he doesn't want to be named in this article. No, Dr. Kari Pokalainen. Anyway, he's a former World Health Organization alcohol expert. I feel like I could have that job at this point. I really do.
I'm ready.
Yeah, so we need to get started right away because we've got a lot of work today. We've got to drink at least 4 more of these before we can be considered healthy.
All right. For breakfast.
For breakfast.
Always have a pint for breakfast.
Cheers to you. Thanks for being here.
I'm really going to do this. You know, I haven't had beer for breakfast since I was in college. I've forgotten how delicious it is.
I haven't had beer for breakfast since about 3 days ago, the last time Gelman gave us beer for breakfast. Anyway, what kind of beer is this, by the way? Do you know?
You know, I don't know. It's something we had in the fridge.
Budweiser.
There we go.
Budweiser, the king of beers. That's right.
Bud.
When you say Bud, you said it all.
Exactly.
You've said it all. When you've said Bud, you've said it all.
All right.
Right? Is that the ad?
was the line.
Something like that, especially if you've had a pint for breakfast.
Yeah. Anyway, we got a big show today. Seth Meyers is here.
I
Do you
know.
Seth?
Seth is fantastic.
He's had a baby since he was here.
I know. Did you see? We're going to see pictures.
I know,
yeah,
I'm
really,
so
Seth is
excited.
fantastic. And Kelly and I also find out how we're going to join this new summer craze of Pokemon Go. Okay, so we're going to get a lesson because I'm clueless about it, but it apparently has turned into an overnight sensation.
Well, I can tell you one thing for sure. My dressing room backstage is a haven for rat-a-tats. Whatever, it's a purple thing.
How do you know this?
How do I know? Because producers run in there, and I'll be like working, and they run in and they're like, I got it. And
Do you know, I would not survive one game of Pokemon Go. I literally would run into traffic or...
Well, people are doing that. They're running into traffic. A woman got stuck in a tree. Did you hear about that? Did you not notice you were climbing the tree?
Wow.
I want to know how that works. You didn't notice you were climbing up the tree until it was too late?
She's a very goal-oriented person.
People are now accidentally falling off cliffs.
I would do that. I'd be a lemming. I would be like, oh, okay.
Right.
That would be it.
But now people are going to start using that as excuses and shoving their spouses off the side of cliffs. No,
that's dark.
I watch Snapped, I'm telling you. Do you know the show Snapped?
I've heard of Snapped. I've not seen it yet, though.
Oh,
is that what you're into these days?
It's my favorite TV show ever.
Is it? I got to watch it.
Oh, I binge watch every Sunday.
Now, that's the true crime.
Yes, it's about women that snap and kill their husbands.
Okay.
And
does your husband watch this with you?
No. As a matter of fact,
he doesn't know about it.
I watch it whenever I make Sunday dinner and when I'm in the kitchen, and if he walks in and he hears the woman that does the voiceovers was in our audience, and it was the greatest day ever because she did like a thing like Kelly Ripa had it all, a successful career and a loving family. Was it an accident or did she kill her husband? And I'm like, she killed her husband. It's like she did a whole. You have to see it.
Remind me not to tell my wife about this.
Oh, I'll tell her. She has to watch it. It's amazing. You would love it. It's really entertaining.
All right, Snapped.
Yeah, Snapped. All right, so cover your. Are you drinking water or vodka?
Well, I guess we should switch.
Yeah, you got it.
Because it was water.
There you go. Cover it up for the confetti one. It's time.
Oh, confetti, right.
Yeah. Watch this. This is part of it. You're gonna love this.
We do this together, right?
Yeah, it's time for Drive Me Wild Travel Trivia.
Let's do it.
Trivia dancer is Melanie King, all the way from Dallas, Texas. So exciting! That was great. Yeah, she's still going.
She's doing it.
You don't need just play that song in your head.
Don't let us stop you. Absolutely. Who needs music?
On the phone is Barbara Schwarzentraub from Coal Valley, Illinois. Why don't you take her off hold there?
Push the hold button.
Oh,
yes,
that's right.
On the fake
hold,
phone.
Not the
Right
call.
there you go. Hey, Barbara.
Hi, Barbara.
Hi, Kelly. Hi, Tony.
How are you?
What's going on today in Coal Valley?
Oh, not much. It's awful hot.
Oh,
I'm gonna
really?
Stay inside.
How hot? How hot is it?
I think it's 95 right now.
Wow.
I got to get to Illinois. Oh, that sounds perfect. What are you going to do this weekend? Any plans?
Yeah, we're going up to Chicago to see the Windy City Thunderbolts play. They're a minor league team in the southern suburbs.
Oh, fantastic.
Well,
They have a Christmas in July event.
Oh, that sounds like a great time.
A Christmas in July event.
I like it.
So what do you do at Christmas in July? I mean, it's like, what do you wear? Do you wear like ugly Christmas sweaters in the 95-degree heat, or
maybe
like
a hat?
Christmassy bathing suits.
Santa throws out the first pitch, and they sing Christmas songs, and
fun.
they have a jersey auction.
That sounds great.
Make sure you have 4 to 5 pints of beer while you're there.
Okay, I will.
Otherwise, you want to stay healthy.
It's good for you.
All right, we're going to spin the wheel, see what you're playing for, Bob. Hey, here's a great prize. The Marina Inn at Grand Dunes in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. 7 days, 6 nights. It includes $900 in gift cards for dining and spa services. I like that because then you get to pick what you do. Yeah, that's great. This trip is provided in part by Hotels.com. It's a prize valued at $4,200. Barbara, you have 20 seconds and only one guest. Good luck.
Okay. So, Barbara, yesterday Mila Kunis was on the show. And here's the question. What did Mila say she has an aversion to in her current pregnancy?
Meat.
That's right.
Congratulations. You and a guest will enjoy a luxurious 7 days and 6 nights at the Marina Inn at Grand Dunes in beautiful Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. This premier resort is tucked away in peaceful seclusion in a Mediterranean-inspired setting, offering a private beach facility and an award-winning farm-to-table restaurant. Also enjoy tickets to Ripley's Aquarium, Brook Green Gardens, the iconic Myrtle Beach Skywheel, and much more. Your prize is valued at approximately $4,200.
Barbara, congratulations.
Thank you so much.
All right, now you get to help make the day of a lucky member of our studio audience who will receive a $500 gift card from World Market. Yes, so please pick a number between 1 and 232.
35.
35.
Get a lesson in how to play Pokemon Go. We'll open up Kelly's inbox for your comments and questions. Coming up next, Seth Meyers.
Welcome back, everybody. On tomorrow's show from the new film Star Trek Beyond, Idris Elba will be here.
And Chef Eric Levine will show you how to add some variety to your hot dog.
Yeah, as it is National Hot Dog Month, and tomorrow is National Hot Dog Day.
There you go.
And guess what? Tay Diggs will be here, my co-host tomorrow. Yeah, he's one of our favorite people, and he just became a daddy. That's right, the host of Late Night with Seth Meyers is here. Seth Meyers, everybody.
I did it.
You did it.
I did it, you guys.
You did it.
And really, you know, it was all me.
It was all
me.
Yes.
You know, my wife's taking a lot of credit for it, but if you saw me in the delivery room, I was doing like 95% of the work.
You know, when I picture you in that room giving birth, I really picture you in there. Like, I feel like you were in there.
I was in there. And it was really fun. The most fun thing about... other than having a baby. We had our baby on Easter, and all the nurses were wearing bunny ears, which added a real adorable element to the whole thing.
Did you bring the ears, or
no, they had them.
They had them.
We came in, and the nurses were already wearing ears.
Was that alarming to you at all?
It wasn't alarming to me, but it was interesting how little my wife cared.
Right. Yeah.
You realize when a woman's in labor, you're saying, look, honey, they're all in ears. And she's like, don't you talk to me.
Monsters. Yeah, because to you, they look like cute bunny ears, and to her, they look like scary vampire
jackals.
masks.
Yeah.
So how old is Ash now?
Ash is, I think, 14 weeks old.
Wow.
15 weeks old. Yeah.
Your Father's Day picture that you posted on Instagram?
Look at that guy.
Oh, that's...
And, you know, as I show you this photo, let me just say something. I owe an apology to every friend of mine who ever showed me a picture of their baby, because I was somebody who could not care less about other people's babies.
Oh, I care.
And every time people showed me a baby, I was like, okay, cool, they all look the same to me. And now, with my baby, I show pictures of him constantly, so I get it now.
I always say
Look at
that.
that.
Oh my God.
That's our Father's Day
That
picture.
picture is the best.
Yeah, he's a good boy.
He's really adorable.
Yeah, he's cute.
Wow. Oh my God. He seems so big too, like already.
He's a little.
Is he very advanced?
Well, I mean, what am I going to say? He is lagging, Kelly. It is not going well. I'm really worried when it comes to schools. He's not going to have the grades.
Has your mom, Madame Meyers, taught him French yet?
My mom has not been teaching him French quite yet. It's so funny how anything, and again, any parent here will know, anytime they do anything, the amount my wife and I brag about it, you know, if he rolls over, that is weeks early.
Yeah.
He is rolling over weeks earlier than the average baby. This is amazing.
Yeah.
Nobody else cares.
We were talking about dogs a minute ago. How's your dog Frisbee, right?
Frisbee?
How's she
Frisbee's
adjusting
doing all right.
to...
I mean, it's a little hard for Frisbee because, as you can see there, she crawls into the baby's car seat when the baby's not in it, because I think she wants to make it clear that she was the baby first. And yeah, there they are there. She serves as the baby's hat more often than not. But she's good. Frisbee's all right with it.
Oh, I'm so happy for you.
I would say every morning she sort of wakes up, sniffs the baby, and then just doesn't really care that much.
Doesn't care that much. Goes about her business. Yeah. Listen, we have to take a commercial break. I just think this would be the best time to be a late night show host. I have to say, this election
It's a pretty good time.
We're going to talk about it. We're going to get into it. More with Seth Meyers when we return. Stick around.
Still ahead on Live, we learn how to be part of this summer's Honest Craze. Pokemon Go.
So welcome back. We're back with Seth Meyers, star of Late Night with Seth Meyers. I've got to tell you, I've been enjoying you endlessly every night on your show.
Thank you.
You are so good.
It's so fun.
Thank you, guys.
I would think that, like...
It's the most fun to do, too.
Right.
Because I did the show a couple of months ago, and Seth is one of those hosts who just makes you feel so comfortable and like you're just having a hilarious conversation.
Yeah.
And
well, I learned it with Kelly. This is where I learned how to do it.
No, that's
sitting there was the first time I ever interviewed anybody. So
is that true?
Yeah, absolutely. When else would you have done it?
Oh,
wow.
I didn't know.
So I'm going to have my own late night talk show. So.
Oh, but you cannot have mine. Do not come for my show.
It's just that simple, Tony. That's just how it works.
Can I ask you a question? Because I heard something, and I don't know if it's true, that summer makes you anxious because of outdoor activities.
I don't. I like being inside all the time. And what I don't like about the summer is people wake up and say, oh my God, it would be such a waste not to go outside today.
Right.
But I don't ever like being outside.
Right.
So that makes me anxious because I'm so happy when it rains in the summer. Even on vacation. Because everybody's super bummed out, but I'm really happy.
You give me comfort because I always tell you that, I've told you this before, you are my sons. Like, you are the adult version of my sons. And so when I hear you say that, and yet you're still productive, I go, okay, well, he became a productive person.
I firmly believe that the sun is trying to kill us. And that's why when you come inside, if you've been out too much, your skin is seared with red. That's a warning from nature that the sun is your enemy. It's not out there to help you. You're supposed to stay away from it.
Oh, I didn't realize. I didn't know that. I thought it was there to make you feel good and give you vitamin D.
For like 5 minutes. Open the window, you poke your head out, you make sure it's there, and then you wrap yourself in a blanket and you read your book.
Now, last night you talked about Gary Marshall.
Yeah.
And I know you worked with him, yeah?
I did, yeah. Gary Marshall was a fantastic director. And we were talking about Northwestern. He also, one of the buildings I studied at Northwestern, he had endowed. Yeah. And so he's been a guy who, even before I met him, meant a lot to me. And I worked with him on New Year's Eve, and he was just the sweetest guy, and I was so sad to hear the news.
Me too. It was
That's amazing.
Really.
He was one of the kindest just such a bright light, that guy. He's amazing, yeah.
I remember I was the Grand Marshal at the Northwestern Homecoming Parade a few years ago, and he introduced me, and it was the year New Year's Eve was coming out, and he walked out on stage, and he was saying, this next guy's a good guy, he's a nice guy, he's in my movie, it comes out November 12th. And then, as we passed each other, as he introduced me and he passed each other, he leaned in, he was such a sweet guy, and I assumed he was going to say something like, congratulations, or this is such an honor, and instead he goes, make sure you say November 12th, you can't say it enough. And I just... That was the kind of guy he was.
We have to take one more commercial break, but we're going to talk about what you've got planned for tonight. A big show tonight.
Tonight's a big night.
We're going to take a few from you.
Yeah, live tonight. So stick around. More with Seth Meyers. We are back with Seth Meyers, host of Late Night with Seth Meyers. Okay, so tonight you are going live.
Yeah.
Live after the convention.
Yes, we're going to wait until after the last convention speech of the night, which will be Donald Trump accepting the nomination. And so for the first time, our show at 12:30 will actually be live, because usually we tape at 6:30. And so it's going to be live for the first time since I did this.
That's amazing. So how do you, like, so... The Donald is going to speak, and then Seth is going to speak. How do you prepare for that?
We'll sit with all the writers and a couple of sort of video researchers who will have to then pull clips that we want to show. We've never done it before, so who knows if it'll work. It might just be me describing what happened with no video. And then he walked out, and then he said a bunch of stuff. People went crazy. But we'll just sort of like start yelling out jokes, I think, in the process, because we'll only have about 90 minutes probably from when he ends to when we start. But it'll be an interesting experiment.
And that's similar to what you did on Saturday Night Live, right?
Yeah, we just never had this quick a turnaround from what we were talking about. You know, there was never something... It was actually very hard on Saturday to do something about Saturday's events because the people in the audience hadn't seen it. You know, so to some degree that'll be our issue tonight. But it'll be fun to try.
It's very interesting, too, because when you think about, like, the State of the Union address and then the side, whether it's a Republican or Democrat, or it's been Republicans the past 8 years, they give a rebuttal speech immediately following. So it's almost like the equivalent of that. Like you have to give a rebuttal monologue.
Yes,
right?
Exactly.
But you have to be funny.
We're going to do it.
You have to be funny.
We're going to do it next week, too. And it's funny because obviously the one thing you're nervous about is I hope something crazy happens for us to make jokes about. I have a higher confidence. I think I'll be more worried next Thursday when it's Hillary talking as far as like I hope something crazy happens. Whereas like tonight I'm like pretty like I think we're good. You know? I think something's gonna go down. You know, this will not.
So Late Night with Seth Meyers is on weeknights at 12:35 on NBC. So tonight it is live. Do not miss it. What am I looking at?
We're being people in New York right now. This is
this is how my children are all the time.
Pokemon
so now we're going to give them a game to like do this even more?
Sweeping the nation, right?
It is.
I mean, a lot of us have no idea what it is. I like to call us the normal ones. But we're going to get a little Pokemon Go 101. So please welcome Chief Correspondent of Mashable, Lance Ulanoff. Hi, Lance. Hey. You know, hi. If it's one person I knew would know all about this, it's you. Why is this so popular? Aren't we going into the Matrix?
It's a location-based augmented reality game. It's based on Pokemon, the popular Nintendo characters from the 90s and now, which have been in animated series on cards and video games. And basically what's exciting about it is it lets you go out in the real world and capture these animated characters, which is basically so exciting because you're not sitting on your couch doing nothing.
Yeah, but you're almost getting hit by cars and climbing up in trees.
The first thing you see when you start playing is safety first. That you have to be aware of your environment because these are real maps. You're looking at the real world. You're not looking at something. So right now, I've got mine loaded up here. We're in the studio and we can look around and in the distance, we can see there's Central Park and it's full of what's called Pokestops where we can catch, we can get loot, and we can also find oftentimes Pokemon because the idea is we want to catch the Pokemon. So let's go catch Pokemon.
Okay, but time out.
This is like a cartoon, right?
You actually you actually have a Pokemon right there.
So I have to hurry up and catch.
You can actually catch
I'm feeling competitive.
If you can flip the ball, click on him, tap him, tap him.
Tap that guy?
Tap him. Tap him right there. Tap that guy.
Tap which guy?
Right there. Do you see him? Tap the guy, the Pokemon, the green guy. Tap him.
Tap.
All right.
Okay.
So point your camera at him. There's the augment. Yes. Say yes.
Yes.
There he is. Now take your Pokeball. Flip.
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 All right, you got to fling the Pokeball.
You're right, Lance. This is an amazing exercise.
I just caught mine. I just caught one.
Lance, what is happening? I just have a cartoon.
You are
I'm still on
tap
Google
right
Maps.
there. Tap right on the guy.
I've been tapping and nothing happened.
Nothing happens. You know what happened? My guess is so popular that the thing ends up crashing. All right, let's go. Time to, you guys, let's become Pokemon masters, Pokemon trainers. Let's go out and catch some Pokemon.
Right,
Come on, let's do it. Come on, let's go.
Stupid, because I can't
get this to work or not?
Let's go. Maybe not. We'll figure it out. Come on, let's go.
Bye, gang.
All right, we're going this way. Follow me.
Following Lance.
Follow me. The idea. Listen, guys.
Yours works. I'm going to just use yours because mine doesn't work.
Okay, just follow me.
Keep going.
Okay.
All right.
The whole
I'm going to get you, Lance.
No, the whole idea is moving.
I'm going to catch you.
You get credit for moving. You can hatch eggs. Oh, hold on a second, guys. Check this out right here.
Okay.
Okay, there's a Pokestop right outside the studio, all right?
Yes.
So let's go because we can get more Pokeballs.
Okay.
All right, so we can go out there. Kelly, you like to exercise, right?
I love to exercise. So far, I don't feel like I've done any exercise.
Running, walking, you're going to get credit. You want to hatch eggs, get more Pokemon.
Okay.
And you want to level up. You want to increase your experience because at some point, you're going to go to what's called a gym, and you're going to battle other Pokemon with your Pokemon.
This is so exciting.
Come on outside.
So you're flipping that ball.
The Pokemon are outside.
Okay,
Come on.
here we go. I'm flipping a ball, but I don't know why.
This is where we catch the Pokemon, out in the real world. Just remember to pay attention and not walk into anything when we do it, all right?
But do you see that mine looks different than yours?
So the Pokemon, the arrow shows where the Pokemon is. If it's to your left. Oh, there's one right there. By the way, I've covered myself in incense so we can get more Pokemon.
You do smell nice.
Thank you. I
And
appreciate
can I just
that.
point out that our Pokestop
right
is at the plaque of...
So, yes. If we click it, here we go. So now, that's all landmarks all over the place. That's where you're going to find Pokestops. Why is that important? You want Pokeballs. Spin it. Click. No.
What do you do?
You know what? Go back.
Mine is not working.
And you're going to tap it when you see it, all right?
Okay.
Spin your map around. You might see it.
Spin my map around.
No, yours is not there. No idea where it's showing up. All right, mine will show up. Here we go. So check that out. Out come my Pokeballs, potions, jewels, which I can use later on to catch more Pokemon.
Wait, Lance, you're the expert, but what do we do? I mean, it all works for you. Why doesn't mine work?
You're going, okay, so you are actually sitting there.
Okay,
go
we're
over
going to take a commercial break, and when we come back, Tony and I are going to see if we've learned anything. So far, I'm going to say we haven't learned anything. Stay tuned. We'll keep it
If you'd like to know more about anything you see on Live, log on to our website, livekelly.com.
I'm getting exercise. I'm getting exercise.
Come back.
We're back.
Guys.
Look at all the exercise I'm getting.
All right, so guys, you know what we just saw? The Pokestop. That was Regis's plaque, and we spun that around. Landmarks all over the city full of Pokemon, Pokeballs, potions, things. But let's go hunting Pokemon. We're going to catch them. Let's go this way because there's definitely more. By the way, I covered myself in incense. You get incense, they're attracted to me.
Is that true?
Oh, yes, absolutely. All right, so I don't know if you guys have seen this one, literally like right here.
Yeah.
You tap him, tap the little, you got it.
Yeah.
Now you see you got a
there's the rat.
Yeah. And I've got actually a Weedle. All right,
I caught it. I caught it.
And I got my Weedle. What about you?
Well,
you got to hit the X. Hit the X. We got to get Tony in there.
What do I do?
Hit the little character. All right, let's
little character.
Okay. Because the whole idea is we keep moving. So let's find others.
Rat-a-tat was caught.
By the way, my Weedle got loose. I pulled it back in.
Look at all this exercise we're getting.
If your Pokemon gets out, you got to throw the ball again.
Okay.
But that's why you keep collecting balls, because you want them in order to catch the Pokemon. Eventually, we'll get to a gym.
Okay.
But we won't get to a gym because we're not powerful enough. All right, there's another Pokemon like right in front of you guys.
Okay.
You see it's another Rat-a-tat? Rat-a-tat, I can't even say the right name. All right, I got it. All right, guys.
Wait, are we going back in?
We going back in? We're heading back in, right? Are we heading back in? Let's go.
I was back in Regis too. I don't know what happened.
I got back into
Come on
Regis.
this way. Let's go.
Look at all this exercise we're getting.
We've learned so much.
Yeah, we've learned a lot, Lance.
So you guys...
I have a rat.
You guys can also set things like lures, which brings in the Pokemon, but it'll also bring other players in, so then they'll be around there getting them. So you can also, if you catch all of the Pokemon you catch, go in your Pokédex.
Right.
And the more you catch, the more you power up. So you want to keep playing and exercising. You're out, you're about, you're having fun. Guys, go to Central Park and you will see so many people running around playing this. In San Francisco last night, there was basically a Pokemon Go crawl with hundreds of people. So it's a group experience.
Wow. Yes. I just want to say, I have an aggressive rat.
Yes.
Threatening to attack me, and I can't get him off my screen.
Well, it looks like he's changed. I don't know what's happened to your screen.
Very intimidating.
I just want to say, you can also, if you don't have a phone and Pokemon Go, you can just go to Central Park and enjoy the beauty and the nature.
Lance's Pokemon Go tips. Log on to livekelly.com.
Yeah, thanks, Lance. That was great. Lance, you went off, everybody. I don't understand this game. We'll be right back.
Tomorrow on Live, Jay Diggs.
Hey, welcome back to the inbox, everybody. We're back with Tony Goldwyn. Let's see. We got a tweet from Kimberly Rush. My daughter found this while out looking for Pokemon. Oh, that's amazing.
Wow. That would be me.
That is the most bizarre mannequin. That is a hybrid mannequin if ever I saw one. Wow.
That is crazy. Okay, one more from Kristen in Sherwood Park, Alberta. This is really sweet. So Kristen went and recently visited the Kelly star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame and picked out her next favorite host of morning television.